Okay, we're up here on the roof, and you know, there's some things that I noticed when I did my preliminary walk, and one of them was that we did not have our patches right in here on this corner, and this transition bar was not sealed at the time, and but it's all sealed now. It actually looks pretty good. I cannot determine that a sealant was used behind these anchors. That's out of sight. It's out of sight. I cannot determine that. Coming along here, and we're going to work around counterclockwise, but okay. Since I'm coming back, moving on along. TPO, nice, good drainage. Right in here, you'll notice that there's some evidence of pooling. I like to use pooling because you can find that word in the dictionary. But a lot of roofers will call it ponding, so call it what you will. But the manufacturer does not have a problem with amounts of pooling like this. Okay, it does not affect the warranty. You're just not going to get a flat roof, much less this much flat roof, without finding a little bit of pooling in some places. And it'll evaporate in about 48 hours. So we're just kind of moving on along. Right here, okay, we need a patch. Alright, so I mean, like these patches, see? Everywhere you have an intersection, you're supposed to have a patch. And so right here, we have an intersection. So we're looking for our patch. Going along. Still keeping an eye on the bead. There's an interesting, this is a high lightning strike area, and we've got lightning rods all the way around, and it kind of looks medieval, huh? Coming along, patch. We need another patch right here. What do I do with my marker? Right in there, like that. I'm drawing circles, but the patch could be really any shape, depending on the application. Moving on along. See that our bead is remaining continuous. For what I do, this is not my favorite flashing. Alright? It's adopted by the roofing industry. I would rather see a counter flashing. I would rather actually seen the membrane come up to the cap, the coping cap. I'd rather see it come all the way up the wall to underneath here is what I would have rather seen. Another alternative is to install counter flashing around here. This flashing requires routine monitoring and maintenance. This sealant will dry, it will shrink, it will crack. And even with routine, there's still this possibility of having an as-need basis that this would need to be addressed. Especially when you get into some detail areas like this, as the sun's UV rays shrink it. Again, this procedure has been adopted by some of the roofing industry, a lot of engineers I work alongside of would recommend counter flashing. In theory, counter flashing is maintenance free, kind of like brick. In theory, is maintenance free. Up to the cap flashing, then that would just reduce your routine maintenance. Would have reduced your routine maintenance, you know, and potential roof leaks. But again, there's 3 different ways to do this. This is the quickest and the easiest. This is the most economical system. And again, the roofing industry has adopted this as acceptable. Then we got counter flashing, where they go into the wall and it comes over. That's even better. And then when it comes up underneath the cap flashing, it comes all the way up. That's even better than that. But you know, of the 3 systems, this is the one that we have. So I need to find problems. You know, I'm looking, you know, for issues with this particular system. I'm not really here to compare it. You know, I'm just educating, bringing everybody's, you know, top of mind. Come over here. I'd like to see hose clamps around this piping, and I'd like to see the piping painted to protect the PVC from the sun's rays. So, and then hose clamps?
Right there.
All right.
Right there.
Right there.
There you go.
All right.
We got the pump right there, so we're going to put the clamp. You see right
Yeah, I
beside
see
the red
it.
bar.
I see it. It's a good crew. It's a good crew here.
Yes, sir.
It's a good crew here. So we're coming on along, and our edges are still looking good. All looking good. Good looking roof. Good looking roofers.
I don't know about good looking roofers, but good looking roof.
All right. See?
Right there's the clamp.
There's our clamps right there. Moving on along. Moving on along. Still looking. And I'm going to be followed by a factory rep, so that's why I like putting my markers on things. Manufacturer's rep, excuse me. See these wrinkles? As long as they're less than 1 inch high, this is not an issue. This is not an issue. It'll flatten out, and then you might get a new wrinkle. You know, it's kind of indicative to the product. And the only reason 1 inch, we don't expect a lot of traffic up here. And the only reason we have the inch rule is to facilitate drainage. Facilitate drainage. So there we go. Again, clamps. And sometimes in commercial, I get some blowback about not painting these, but that's, you know, that's a international building code. You know, thinks that the sun's UV rays will degenerate that. So there we have it. And to be honest, just for some perspective, I haven't seen any, in my years, I haven't seen any real life examples of UV ray degeneration of the PVC pipe on the roof that was not painted. But I don't make the rules. Nobody pays me to make up the rules. I'm kind of moving around here. I'm going to spend a little bit of time on this equipment in another video. I'm not up here for it, by the way, so just a bonus. Got a little gap right there, a little fish mouth. Again, I'm up here marking it all. And these caps are reinstalled. Okay, then that's going to hold all this down. We're really worried about it going up the wall. I mean, I say worried. We're concerned about it going up the wall. Again, our sealant all the way around. Moving around, I promised you, hang on. Counterclockwise all the way around. Spend a lot of time in the middle. I'm gonna go spend some more time in the middle. Moving on along. When they're long like this, some roofers call these fingers right here, but everywhere you have an intersection, you're supposed to have a patch. Reinforcement. Just have reinforcement in all those areas. We don't have it there. And also, I see by the black marks that it looks like the roofer probably caught that themselves. And there we go.